talking with DJ Spotlight Show. And yes, I did say the Spotlight Show because the person that we're spotlighting today is none other than singer, songwriter, and producer out of Dolomite, Alabama, Sebastian Kole. How you doing today, my brother?
Man, I'm doing pretty good, BJ. How you feeling, bro?
Man, I'm feeling blessed, man. This is a blessing, man, to have you on my show.
Man,
to have you on my show, man. So, Sebastian, he's a graduate from Ramsey High School and the University of Alabama. He also wrote and produced for Jennifer Lopez, Flo Rida, Alicia Cara, Fifth of Harmony, John Legend, Alicia Keys, Brandy, Coco Jones, and Charlie Wilson.
More than that, but yeah, that's a good list.
Of course, more than that. But guess what, though? I'm finna get into it. What artists are you currently working with now?
Let's see. Right now, I just did some stuff for Coco again. I've been working with Young Blue. Actually, Nelly. You just never know who will pop up when and where. Oh, a young lady named Ebony Riley. That's her name, Ebony Riley. She's a model and she's a new artist that's signed to Def Jam. That's Ebony. Yes, yeah, so I've been. That's just this month. You get to work with a lot of people every day, which I'm blessed to do.
Speaking of working with a lot of people, you travel the world. You've worked with so many talented people. Most people can only dream of the life that you live. But what's a perfect day for you?
A perfect day is one where you're breathing, that's for sure. Just I guess the perfect day is a day that you get a chance to like link your creativity with opportunity. That's probably the best way to say it.
Creativity with opportunity. I like how you did that too. Yeah, that's creativity with opportunity. And then you said breathe.
Yeah, man, as long as you're breathing, man.
You want to know something? You know, when you ask people their perfect day, the first thing they probably try to go to is a material thing. Get your breakfast, get a chance to read. But you said breathe and opportunity. That's crazy.
That's the thing, bro. The rest of the stuff fall in place, man. As long as you're above ground and you got another opportunity, you'll figure out the rest of this.
That just shows the humbleness in you, regardless of where you placed that right now in your life. So I remember listening to an interview where you mentioned songs are like tattoos. Which one is your favorite tattoo, or are you sleeved out?
Oh man, what a question! Oh man, good one. Crazy part is when I said songs are like tattoos, I mean that for the artists that sing them. So I'm more like a tattoo artist than I am a tattoo collector, right? I tattoo other people, right? And the reason that I even made that statement was because whenever I'm working with an artist, I always ask them a lot of times, hey, do you like what we're doing here? Make sure you like this, blah, 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 because once we're finished with it, we're finished with it. And if you don't like it, you'll be stuck singing this song in 60 years in Vegas somewhere and you'll hate it. Right. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of artists. Matter of fact, Usher hates the song. Yeah, he hates that song, but he's stuck with it for the rest of his life. You know what I'm saying? It's one of his biggest songs ever. But that's why I say, man, songs are like tattoos. But if I had to pick like something that I feel like is a tattoo that, like, I don't know, for me, I did a song for an artist named Rag and Bone, man. It's actually out right now called "What Do You Believe In?" And I did it for him, but I would definitely wear that tattoo as well. Scars to Be Beautiful by Leslie Cara, I definitely wear that one. Here by Leslie Cara, I definitely wear that one. I did a song for an artist named Sam Henshaw called Thoughts and Prayers that I would definitely wear. I got a few like that.
So that's 3 tattoos I heard. Mm-hmm. Okay. Hey man, I got to shout out my studio people. Shout out to Turner Custom Films and Vertical TV for allowing me to use their studio all the time when I do my show. I got to do my shout out. So the Numb album was a very powerful album for the Black man. What led you to entitle that album Numb?
First off, thanks for listening to it. Secondly, sometimes I feel like Black man emotion is kind of rolled over and kind of spoken through Black man consumerism.
Right. Sometimes.
And I feel like just that whole idea kind of numbs you to everything. Like, if I had to boil Black man emotion down to 3 words, it would be win, baby, win. Like, Don't think about it. Don't feel it. Don't cry about it. Just do it. And I think that over time, that does kind of numb you to a lot of stuff. Being a young Black man, you from where you from, you know what it is, man. if you cried about everything, you dehydrate. You know, if you felt it all, you couldn't move. So you just kind of teach yourself to just like, okay, right. And so I wanted to kind of explore that a little bit in that project.
Okay, I like that. When you cry, you dehydrated. That's tough.
If you cried about it all, you know what I'm saying? Like you wouldn't even be able to. There's so much stuff to feel, you know, like especially as a black man. I don't think that black men really take the time to feel it. You know, I say a lot of times that specifically black men. This may be true for other people, but I've only been a black man. That we get like 3 emotions: happy, angry, to want something, like hunger or horny or, you know, something in there, like something that we want. And we're playing in a world, especially with our lady counterparts. Like we get them 3 little crayons, right? Like red, yellow, blue. And they playing with like the 148 box with the sharpener on the back. You know what I'm saying? And we're trying to mix in a world that's like, it's hard to even explain to her how simplistic this is emotionally. And it's hard for me to understand how complex. It's a weird thing. It's a weird thing. So I wanted to take some time to just kind of think through boy emotions.
How long did it take you to make that album?
I didn't intend for it to be an album. What happened was I was doing sessions, just writing songs, and sometimes like if I'm in a session and I get through one song real fast, I'll just be like, "Oh man, you got anything else around? Throw that on." And so they'll throw another beat on that, and I I just write a song to it just real quick, not really even thinking about it. And then I look through my phone and realize, oh, I've been writing these songs that I think could be a project. So that just kind of took them and made a little project out of them. But I wasn't even intended to make an album or a project. I was just writing little stuff that was on my mind day by day.
So one of the songs that stood out to me a little bit was November Rain. That felt like a story you was telling in that song. Could you explain to us that?
Oh yeah. I never ever write songs about people. I always write songs about ideas.
Right.
That's the one and only song that I will probably ever put out that's about a human being, a person. When I first got signed, I dated this girl when I was in college. And we broke up we stayed together for 6-7 years. When we finally broke up, we randomly kept in contact with each other through text message. But not like, we wouldn't text a lot. Just every year on my birthday, she would text me and say, happy birthday. That's it. Right. And every year on her birthday, I would text her and say, happy birthday. That's it. For lots of reasons, but for whatever reason. Anyway, point being, she never wanted to get married. I never wanted to get married, blah, blah, blah. One day I text her. The year I got signed, I signed on December the 4th. Her birthday's November 29th. That whole week leading up to my signing was a blur. Like it was just a blur, right? And I hadn't spoken to her since January 17th, which is my birthday, right? So, but I'm flying out to New York. I'm getting stuff together because I'm signing, right? You know, point being, after I signed, it dawns on me, damn, I missed blah blah's birthday.
Right.
So instead of texting her, I called her this time because I had good news anyway, right? So I just signed a record deal. So I call her, she answered the phone, and I say, hey, man, happy belated birthday. I'm sorry I missed it, but I've been got. Want to make sure I tell you happy birthday. She was like, oh, I'm so proud of you, blah, 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 blah. But you could tell she was kind of sad. I'm like, you okay? And then I heard this baby crying in the background. And I was like, you babysitting? And she was like, no, that's my baby. And I was like, whoa. Baby was like 6 days old because, no. A little more than 6 days. Maybe like, let's say 10 days old, something like that. Because the baby was born on the 26th. She found out she was pregnant on the day after my birthday. Right? So she didn't tell me. I mean, it was not that she had to tell me. She was at this point, moved on, right? We had been broken up for years. But so she had just had a baby like 3 days before her birthday. And she told me about that, at the top of December. And I promise you, it felt like a movie. The moment she started crying and saying that was her baby, it started raining.
Oh, wow.
Like the moment, it felt like a movie. I'm not exaggerating this though. The moment you started telling me about this, that's what I wrote in November Rain about.
November Rain. Was it in November? Was the month November?
It was actually December, but her birthday and the baby's birthday are in November. So that's why I say I hate November for 2 reasons, right? Like
Right.
one of them means change, and I don't mind a change of season. It just reminds me that everything dies, right? Like, and then, but it's really about something coming to life. That's if you keep listening to it, it's about her getting married and having a kid and blah 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 blah. But that really meant like, again, like we have been texting each other like that for years, and it really hit me like, probably stop texting this lady like this. This lady married with a kid now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's what that's about.
Hey man, we men, man. You know what? It's hard. That's one part that's hard. Now, and I don't think any man know how to explain that feeling. Like I just feel like I don't know. Maybe you do.
That's what I was trying to do in November Rain, bro. Like that's what I was trying to do, is just explain that feeling. Where I knew to this day I still have feelings for the lady.
For sure.
Like it's
it never go no. It never go away.
They never go nowhere. Like they just don't go away. You know what I'm saying? But I had to just come to grips with like, okay, that's what that is. You know what I'm saying? Like respect that. These are the choices that I made, that she made. We live in those choices, but it don't mean it feel no better.
I wish I had an explanation for us because they seem to get over you ASAP. At least that's what they say. Look, that's what they say.
I do have a little saying about this. I say that men are loyal, women are faithful. Right?
That's true. Okay.
When you're with a girl, normally, a good woman, she's very, very faithful to you. She's not looking at nobody else. Right. But the moment that is over, because she is faithful, she has to put you completely aside and focus on somebody else. Yep. Men are loyal. When we love you, bro, we love you forever. We like you'd have to damn near kill me to get me to not love you. Like I care about you for the rest of my life. Even if I care about somebody else right now, I'm still thinking about you. Right. I don't know how not to care about you. If you called me right now and said I got a flat tire, I'm coming to see you. I'm coming to help you. I care about you. I'm loyal like that. Not necessarily faithful, but I'm loyal like that.
Thank you, Sebastian Kole, for saying that. I hope that they understand, man. So look, there's another particular keyword, that one stood out to me. But there's another particular record on that album that really, truly, honestly stood out to me, since I when I had to say them before.
Yeah.
Hey God.
Oh man.
What was going through your mind when you wrote that?
Bro, again, that whole little project was kind of just me kind of dealing with some, I don't know, man issues. And I feel
it was a little personal, but also it was a little personal, but you also wanted to show what a black man go through, what every black man
go through. Yeah, right. Yeah. And that internal conflict that some people have, I'm not saying everybody has it, but I know I was going through, trying to figure out what does all that mean? What is my relationship to whatever may be divine, right? Whatever God may be. Does God care about this? Does he see it? Right? Does he know that, like, this ain't just being a black man? Like, does he know what this is like? Right? Is he trying to help? I don't know. Maybe I should try to get his attention. Right? And that's kind of the point in that song, right? Hey, God, can we talk for a second? Because I got some questions. I need some guidance and direction. What are we doing? Sometimes I feel, you remember when Mike Brown was killed in Ferguson, Missouri?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Picture this. This is just how I imagined that day. I actually wrote a song about this too that was in Alicia Keys' stage play that just won a couple Tonys. The stage play is called Hell's Kitchen. One of the songs in the musical is mine. It's a song I wrote called Perfect Way to Die.
Right.
But let me rewind. Imagine that day, right? Mike went to the store to pick up whatever he was going to pick up, right? He walks out of the store. He has some words with an officer. He's turning away from the officer. Pow, whatever. Boom. All right. This is all imagination though, right? I'm sure that as that happened, the people who saw that, whoever found out about it, somebody called Mike's mama.
Right.
And said, ma'am, it's been a shooting, Mike been shot, blah, blah, blah. And I'm sure she burst into tears, right? And somebody came and grabbed her and held her and said, don't worry, baby, we gonna pray and God gonna work it out, right? At the same time that was happening, on the other side of town, Darren Wilson had just shot a kid, right? Officer, he called in his office, and as soon as he got on the phone with the police, he probably called his mama too. Mama, This what happened. I don't know. I was scared. And I shot a little boy. And she said, don't worry, Darren. We gonna pray.
Pray about right.
And God gonna work it out. And it seemed like God keep working it out for them folk.
Not our folk.
So I want to make sure God, hey, that maybe you're not hearing us. Maybe you didn't hear. We calling too, right? Like, I don't know how you keep picking these folk. We calling too.
Right.
Right. And that's kind of what that song is about. It's just like, hey, bro, I'm here too. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it feels like anytime it's between me and them, you pick them, and I want to know why.
Man, that's, ooh, hey man, ooh, 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 ooh. Boy, you know what? I never thought about it that way,
bro. That's been getting me. There's a lot I could say about that, and I just won't. But that's been getting me for a while, bro. If it's between me and them, 9 times out of 10. You pick them, and I want to know why, right? We both us praying, and right, like, yeah. Just explain to me why that's the case.
So, how did you get the vision from because the video is just as powerful as that, man? Like, where did that come from?
All those images were taken from actual images that exist in the world. Like at the beginning, you see me get baptized by some people in the Klan. There is this famous picture of the Klan standing in a church under this sign that says "Jesus saves." The whole idea of the like dunking the kid in the water, like all of these were just actual carnival images from racist carnivals that surely existed in real life, all under the guise of church, all under the guise of Christianity, right? And so I just kind of wanted to imagine what it's like walking through that. Like, what is it like seeing that or being a part of that, right? You know, especially being like an entertainer. Like a lot of times you probably heard of like, oh, they minstrels or the minstrel show, or right. Black entertainment is almost, I don't know, belittled. You know, when we're entertainers, it's like, oh, look at them silly niggas, you know, right. Well, but when it's other folks, like, oh, look at the teenage angst. Or, you know, when us, it's just like, oh, they some thugs, they from blah, blah, blah. But when it's other folks, it's just like, oh, it's an angsty teenager, you know, discussing her, whatever. Point being, I kind of wanted to talk through that or show through that juxtaposition, you know, the very real life that we're going through. And, you know, again, song-wise, it was just, whoever listening, God, whatever your name may be, pay attention.
And a lot of people, listen, a lot of people, I think after this get posted, man, a lot of people go and watch. I know a lot, I seen how many you got. I know a lot of people probably seen, but after this, man, because I had to watch it like 6-7 times. I had to listen to the lyrics. Like I watched the video 6-7 times just to get it.
Appreciate it, man.
Then in the car, because I coach at Ramsey High School.
Yeah. I didn't know that. What you play football?
Yeah, I coach football. Now I'm gonna get down.
Wait a minute, hold on, bro. Time out.
Look,
I'm really proud to be a Ramsey Ram already. Like, I'm very much a Ramsey man. You know what I'm saying? But I'm very proud of Ramsey's football team. I am going to make it my business to come watch. I've never in town during football season, but I'm going to make it my business to come watch some Ramsey football. Shout out Ramsey football. That's really good, man. I'm so happy to hear that. That really made me happy for the day, man. That's dope.
Yeah, man. So, but back to Hey God. So I watched the video 7 times, no lie. And then I heard the song like at least 7-8 times just to get the lyrics, man. And that thing's so powerful. Now what I want to know is, honestly, did you get mad when you was writing it and rapping it? Well, I guess you want to say, would that be a rap song? I guess you
look at it that way. I wrote that song. I was in New Jersey. I never forget this. I wrote that song in New Jersey. Kind of, like I said, one of them after effect kind of songs. I was just working in the studio. They had the beat. Shout out to Entourage for that beat. And I was like, man, I really just want to, you know, talk through some things. And I was upset with it. I was upset. As a matter of fact, the version that made it out into the world is actually missing a very important piece. You know, I say, a black man turned to a hashtag, still we stayed. It's supposed to say, niggas. Somebody's supposed to yell niggas in the background, but Motown took that off. Okay. But it's really like No, point being, it's actually angrier than what it sounds.
Mm.
Yeah, so you just hear a silent pause. They just took that out and put it out and didn't tell me they were taking that out. I just woke up one day and listened to the song like, where is this?
Well, I mean, it is on the video. It's not on the Numb album. On the video, yes, it is on it.
Yes, on the video you hear it.
My favorite part.
But Motown took it out of the record, which why I don't know. Whatever. Point being, I was angry. Right. But I wanted to figure out again just how to talk through that religious idea. Because again, even black male spirituality, I don't think we explore that very often. I think not saying that we're not spiritual or religious or whatever, but basically just go do what they did before you. Right. Just go to church, just go do whatever they did before you. But that may not be your spiritual path. I don't care if it's Islam or Christianity, whatever path it is. It's kind of like, just go do what they did in front of you. Don't ask too many questions. It just is what it is. And at this point, just do it.
Right.
And I just don't feel that way. I don't feel that way.
So how was you able to, I guess I could ask this, how was you able to stay professional while performing that so the audience can see the message that you're trying to give to them? Like during the video, I guess even rapping the song, I know like you probably had to, hold on, pause, give me a minute.
Yeah, man, that day was an angry day. The day we shot the video was an angry day. But I toured with Tamia a couple years ago, touring that song, and I started the set off with another song from that album called Boys Break 2. That's how I would start the set off. So
I love that song, by the way.
Thank you. When I would get out of that song, I would kind of talk my way into it. So hey, this is what I'm trying to say. This is the emotion I'm trying to get across to you. I hope you enjoy it. Because otherwise, I think it would have just kind of right. But I got a chance to talk to people, to ask them a few questions and get them kind of going back and forth with me, and then we could drop the song. Now, it makes a little more sense in that context.
Hey, man, well, I love that Numb album, especially Blurry Lines go crazy.
Oh, man.
You don't think, I listen to the lyrics, I'm like, damn, you don't think about half of that shit until he, like, damn. But that thing, man, that album now, man, is so like, bro.
Thank you, man. Thank you, bro. Thank you.
That shit
I really want to use
award-winning album.
I just wanted to use the opportunity as a time to just kind of think through some emotions, right? That were introvert. I mean, like, internal, not necessarily spend so much time. I noticed this, and I'm gonna say this, and I hope this makes sense.
Right.
Most Black man music is about other people, right? It's about my ops. That's
crazy. Look, pray for my ops. That's crazy.
And
that's crazy. I wear that shirt today.
No, I wasn't even paying attention about that. But it's about my ops. It's about my other homeboys that niggas I die for. It's about everybody. It's about the money I'm making, right? But very little of it is really just about, like, I've noticed that it's a lot of R&B albums that I can listen to top to bottom and never really hear about that man's girl. He'd rather sing about what he want to do to your girl than how he feel about his own.
Right.
And that's weird behavior to me.
That is. I agree with you.
That's weird behavior. So I wanted to take some time to just really think through, what is it like to love this person? And especially loving a person when you're a weirdo.
Right.
Because a lot of us are a little touched. I ain't gonna lie. Blurry Lines is about the fact that, like, the girl I was dating at the time, I would go to work, getting into all these emotional shit. Sometimes I don't drink much anymore, but I used to drink heavy. Right? So we drinking. Now I'm on the way home and I'm trying to explain to her my day. Right? So I'm a bit blurred for real. Right? Like I probably shouldn't even be driving. But, I'm a bit slurred. I'm driving. I'm trying to tell her about all the shit that happened today. Right? End up pulling up on her.
I understand, man.
You get
I definitely trust me. I get it, man. Hey, man, that album for Black men, man. That's what we go through, man. So I guess since we're going through the songs, when we went through November Rain, Hey God, Blurry Lines, Boys Break 2.
Oh man.
What was the emotions when you was writing that one? Like, because boys do break, like listening to it, I'm like, yo, he's so right, man, because we don't never get a chance to say, or we don't never get a chance to really break down. And we do break.
And you do break. And you do break, bro. And I mean, you coach football. I remember being like 6, 7 years old playing for the North Pratt Wildcats.
Right.
Little league ball, right? Out there in McAlpin Park practicing. And my coach happened to be one of my neighbors. You get what I'm saying? Like, I know Mr. Marshall. This is not, I know Mr. Marshall. Shout out Mr. Marshall, by the way.
Shout out Mr. Marshall.
And we out there learning the basics of football. We kids, you know what I'm saying? Like we're 6, 7. And I did something. I did something. I don't remember what I did, but he grabbed me under my shoulder pad and cussed me to the high heavens. 6, right? And I was supposed to learn that day. I did, because I couldn't cry in front of you other boys. Like, I'm not finna cry, right? I learned that day not to think about how he's saying this. Just hear what he's saying. Just learn what he's trying to teach me. Don't feel it. Just learn what he's trying to teach me and get back on the line and do it. Right? And I get it. That's a part of being a boy. It's a part of growing up. It's a part of being a man. But y'all lying if y'all telling me y'all don't feel this shit.
True.
Eventually it does. It's a part of it's necessary. It's what makes a man out of you.
That's true.
But you lying if you telling me it don't add up. Right? You lying. It adds up. And if it doesn't add up, you're probably numb. If you tell me that you don't feel like this, if you're not feeling this, you're probably numb.
Yeah, you numb yourself out. Yeah.
You numb yourself to all of it, right? But just take a minute, take these 5 minutes or however long you're gonna listen to this song and feel that. Yeah, man, just take some time to feel it is all I'm saying in that, man. Just take some time to feel it. And even if you need a room by yourself to feel it, or if you got somebody you could trust to talk through with it, I got me and my best friend, we've been best friends since we were 5, 42 now. Right. You know what I'm saying? And fortunately, me and my homie, we've had time. We both went to Ramsey, both went to UF. We've had time to learn how to talk through shit with each other. Just emotional, just things I'm really going through. I make a safe space for him to come talk through that with me. I could come talk through that with him. And we built that little room for ourselves, right? Like, because the world is crazy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, get a therapist too. Hey, if you need therapy, get a therapist. But me and my man, we made room. Like, okay, bro, you can always talk to me. But no matter how crazy it is, you can tell me.
Always talk to me, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna keep it locked. I'm never gonna say a word. Now we got that. We built that over 37 years. You know what I'm saying? Right. But to my other fellas, if you need a room, if you need a friend, if you need a therapist, find somebody that you can talk through it with, because it gets heavy. And if you're saying I don't believe you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, what's 5 things Sebastian Kole can't go without?
5 things I can't go without. Man, family is definitely number 1. My cell phone is number 2. Music is number 3.
Okay.
What's the thing else music? I said my family.
Music number 3. You got
music number 3.
Family, cell phone, music. Come on.
I'm gonna need some money in my life. I'm gonna need that. And
money.
Actually, let me swap that up. Let me put my friends in front of the money, but then some money. I'm gonna need some money.
And number 5, your money. So you got family, cell phone, music, friends, money. I like that.
Yeah.
All right, we got 2 more, man. We'll get up out of here, man. I know you probably got a busy day.
I gotta get running. Yeah.
I got a busy day myself. So, what's the dream artist you would love to work with?
People ask me that all the time, and I be having a struggle to come up with an answer. It's probably I love working with all different kinds of people, man. I have been so fortunate to work with people in America and in Japan and in Europe and in any artist that's ready to tell the truth about something. That's who I want to work with, right? I have so much more fun. It's so much more engaging, because you can write a song that's just about love or dancing in the club or whatever.
Right.
And that's cool. I'm not knocking that. You can make good money doing that, but it's so much more fun when somebody's really ready to break down and tell the truth.
Okay,
Because then it's like, man, how do we put this into like a fun song, or how do we make this story into a song? That's always fun, and it doesn't matter. You know, I've been fortunate to work with some of the biggest names in the world. It doesn't have to be a big artist. It could be some little kid that's working out of their room right now. Just whoever's ready, who got the talent and who ready to tell the truth.
Hey man, you definitely said that in one of the other interviews. Yeah, I did my homework. So hey y'all, that is very true. So hey man, y'all want to work? Find a way to get in touch with them.
Hey, man, let me know. I'll be ready to work.
He said it right here on the Talking with BJ Spotlight show. So if music didn't work out, what would Sebastian Kole be doing?
Looking back at it now, I probably would have been a preacher. Yeah.
Is that because your dad a preacher? I know you mentioned that. You mentioned that in the song. Now I pay attention now.
Yeah. I probably would have been a preacher if this didn't work out.
Wow.
I don't know how successful I would have been, but that's probably what I would have tried.
Preacher Sebastian Kole being a preacher.
I know, right?
I'm
glad this worked out, bro. I'm glad this worked out.
That was with your mindset. Now, how does that sound? Sebastian Kole.
I'm glad this worked out because eventually, just the way my brain worked, man, I asked too many questions. I asked way too many questions. I asked way too many questions. And eventually my brain would have messed something up. I'm just glad that didn't happen. Yeah. I'm not a preacher. Shout out to the preachers out there.
Shout out to my grandfather actually a preacher. So shout out to the preachers.
Shout out to the preachers out there. Yeah.
What song did you write for Coco Jones?
I did Crazy for Me. The first song on her album. Yeah.
You did that?
I did.
Oh, that's a dope ass song. What I try with?
I did. The song we did was on. Did you see The United States versus Billie Holiday? If you haven't seen it, it's on Hulu. It's a really good movie. I suggest that you watch it. But he and I did I sung on it with him. It was a duet. It's me and Charlie Wilson. It's a song called The Devil and I. You can find it.
Crazy with me. That's crazy.
Yeah, I did Crazy for Me for Coco. I did Angel for Halle that was nominated for Grammy this year.
This was the Talking with BJ Spotlight show, man. And once again, we had none other than singer, songwriter, and producer, Mr. Sebastian Kole. But what I like to do on my show is let my guests close it out. So I'm going to let you close out the Spotlight show. This is something kind of new, you know? We want to spotlight the people, man. We want to give people their flowers while they're here, you know?
I appreciate this. I want to close this out by saying, first and foremost, thank you. Thank you for reaching out to me. Thanks for having me, man. It's always a blessing to be able to see, literally a generation behind me. That's crazy. Like to see what you're doing, to see the positivity. That's encouraging to me. So thanks for having me, man. And thank you for doing your homework and listening. Definitely appreciate that. And to anybody that's listening to this, I want to tell you the same thing I tell myself every day. To never make it until you break it. In other words, don't be afraid of your mistakes, right? You probably not gonna get it right before you get it wrong. So don't be afraid of your mistakes, man. Just keep going, forgive yourself, decide to do it. You know what I'm saying? You won't make it till you break it, man. It's just kind of the rule of life.
You want to know what I told somebody the other day, man? I was driving in the car, we were talking, and they said, don't say something that you go regret. I said, if I ever said anything I regret, I want to be where I'm at today.
You got to say it sometimes, man.
You got to.
You got to do it. You got to try it. And if it don't work, it just don't work. But don't be scared to try. Don't be scared to try. Don't be scared to try. Get out there and try it, man. And if you make some mistakes, just own up to them and learn from them.